So we are going to start this class now. I've started the recording of this class. This is a continuation of what we learned last week, and we were introduced into what variables, and we were able to see keyword. We were able to list the keyword out. Now, today we are going to begin on assignments before I move towards today's topic. Now, on your assignment, this is just a review of what you have done. On your assignment, Akbam, what was the question and what was your result? I want you to explain to me what did you find out, your research. So, over to you, Akbam.
Okay, I researched on the question was name the variable, the rules of naming a variable and examples. Yes, that was the
So,
question.
what are the rules for naming a variable?
Okay, I wrote the number one starts with a letter or underscore. So
Okay,
uh, a variable must begin with a letter, either capital or small
okay,
letter or an underscore.
okay,
So it shouldn't start with a number.
okay,
So
okay,
the second one was no spaces allowed.
okay. Is that all?
No. So another one was
Okay.
avoid using keywords.
Avoid using what keyword. Good.
Keywords.
Remember, yeah, remember at the beginning of the class, I told you guys that keyword are not supposed to use in your program. Now, keyword are reserved word, which is mainly used for what the system alone. So today we are going to talk
Yes,
on
sir.
what Python comment. So we are going to say comment, comment in Python. So comment in Python. Now, what are comments in Python? We have to know what comments in Python. And now, what is comment? Okay, before I move forward, what do you understand by the word comment?
Comment. Uh, comment means like should I say review.
Okay, comment. Okay, comment is just like um, outlining what you did. Or for example, comment can be used to explain what code for what readability. Now let me write it. Comment can be used to explain the code for more readability. Okay, for what more readability. And okay, now I'm going to show you some of the examples of what comment. Now in comment we have what uh, single line comment and multiple line comment. And this example I will be showing on my code. Look at it. So I will drop a code now. Now I'm going to write a comment on what a specific code. Now, for example, I declare variable 1 equal to 10 equal to what 10. Now equal to 10, I want to write a comment that this is a variable I declared. Now, for why are we using comment? Comments are mostly used for people that are not programmers, people that can easily read what you have done, for them to have the knowledge of what you have done. Not everybody is a programmer. So when you are defending your project, or when you are, like, for example, you are working with an organization and they gave you a project to analyze, then you presented your work. The person, you don't know if the person knows what is Python, but what the person will just see is your comment, how you did it and how it works. So now, for example, I'm going to write what a comment. Now I'll use the what hashtag to write a comment. I will say single line. Let's say single line comment. Now single line comment. This single line comment, we have what? Multiple line comment. So now let's see example of what multiple line comment. Now for example, let me just copy this, paste it here. Now I want to write a multiple line comment. Now I will copy this and I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here. Now I want to write a multiple line comment. When I break it, automatically you see the color changed. The colors change, and it's changed to what? It's changed to a readable code. Now for me to make it a comment, I have to add what? The hashtag again, and also add the what? Hashtag. Now this is what? Our multiple line comment. So there's other way we can write what? Our multiple line comment. There is this I don't know if it's quote, quote. We have what? Quotes. We have double quotes and single quote. So we are going to see how we can also use what? Quotes to write what? Our comment. Now let me write a code and show you an example on how to use a quote to write what? A comment. So let me copy this. Now I'm going to paste it. Now what the quote does is same with what the hash does. So please take note of what I just explained. What the quote does is what the comment also do. So let's see. Now I'm going to what? Replace it with what? Comment. With quotes. Now this is our quote. This is our quote. Now I'm going to use a single quote 3, and I'm not going to add it to this line. I'm not going to add it to this line. I'm going to add it at the what? Bottom. Look at it. I'm going to add it to what? At the bottom. So when I add it, when I copy this 3 and paste it down here, automatically you see that it shows that this is a comment. You see this color is changed to green and this color is changed to red. They all work the same. They all what? Work the same. They are both what? Comments. They are both comments. So let's move on. Let's move on. Okay, no problem. So let's move on. Now we are going to talk about uh double quote. Now double quote is still the same as what? Single quote. Now look at the double quote. When I'm using the double quotes, coming. Now let me just copy from here. Let me copy this and create another code. Now this double quote, I'm going to paste it here and add what? Double quote. Now this is our double quote. One, and like, so we have 3 double quotes. So when I copied it and here, automatically becomes what? A comment. You see, I cannot use I cannot use double quote and use a single quote. It won't work. Look at it. When I use a single quote, it will not show that it's a comment. Look at it. It will not show. everything becomes a comment. So we have to what? Use same identity. Same what? Identity. So you see it has changed to what? A comment. Now this is a comment. Now a comment do not stop your code to not to run. A comment is just like making your work more readable and allow your code to run. Now you see I placed my line, my comments on this code, and when I run it my result will be hard. Look at it, my result will be hard. So I'm connecting to my storage, virtual storage. So it's connecting. So you see it's connecting. Just wait, the system will allocate a space for me now. It has allocated the space. Now let's see our results. Now look at my what result, variable 10. Now I declared a variable 10. Now it runs. This is how you know that it runs. It show good. Now it show good to tell you that what it runs. So we are going to move into what statement. Now normally we all know what is statement. Do you know what is statement?
A statement.
Yeah,
No, I.
you don't know.
Yes, sir.
In your normal English language, you don't know what is statement.
Okay, in my normal English language.
Yes,
Okay, a statement is a combination of words that makes meaning.
a statement is a combination of word that what make meaning. Now, I want to let you know that in Python, a statement a statement is just like interpreting a what a code. A statement is like what interpreting what a code, a line of code. Now, I will show you example of what I'm trying to explain. I will show you example of what I'm trying to explain. So let me put it in this way. A statement is an instruction that a Python interpreter can what execute. A Python what interpreter can what execute. Now let me put a single line of code. Let me put a text, not a code. So I'll put a text. Now I'm going to write comment. I'm going to write statement, sorry, not comment, statement. Now I'm going to explain. Let me explain. Um, what I explain. Okay, I said that it's an instruction that a Python interpreter interpreter can what execute. So this is statement. Now let's see an example of what a statement. So example of a statement, we have what single line statement. Just as we have what our comment, we have single line statements. uh I'm going to show you example of single line statement and multiple line statement. So we are working together now. So please take note of what I've just explained. So this is a code. So I'm going to write statement, single line statement. Now, single line statement, I will use a comment. So please take note, I will use a comment. I will use a comment to write what's our statement. So I'm going to say hash statement, single line statement, sorry, so that people will know that it's what a comment, a single line statement. So Now, for us to look at an example of a statement, I'm going to write a code on what a statement. Now, the example of a statement is this. Now, I'm going to declare a variable. Now, this variable, I'll declare variable p1 is equal to what? 10 plus what? 10 plus 10. Now, this is what? Our single line, because they are on one line. Now, when I run it, when I run the variable name p1, when I run it, it provides for us the answer, which is what? 20. Which is what? 20. So 20 is now the answer. Now, the Python programs run just only the what is statement. Now, he added it for us. Now, what is statement? Interprets statement what? Interprets and executes executable code. Is a line of code. Look at it. Look at it. This is a single line statement. Single line what? Statement. Now, let's see the multiple line statement. Now, our multiple line statement. Okay, let me still draw out another example of what a single line statement before I move to multiple line statement. Now, I can do a single line statement like this, hashtag single line statements. Now, I'll come here, I'll say p2, let's say p2 equal to, now, forget about what I'm doing. I'm just want to show you an example of what's a statement. So when we get to that part, you will learn what I did. You will learn it. Okay, please take note of it. You will learn it when I get to that part. So I'm just using this as what an example. So we are talking about what statement. So see. Now let me call what I just did. So for me to call it, I'll call what our p2, then I will run. Now you see the output. You see our output is what? This is my results of our output, and this is what a single line statement. Now let's work on what multiple line statement. So we are going to work on what multiple line statement. So I'm going to change this to what multiple line statements. Now, for us to write out a multiple line statement, so how many persons in class? Few persons, just two persons are in class. It's fine though. It's fine. Favor, you're welcome. Hello, Favor.
Good evening.
Good evening. You came late. You came
Sorry,
late.
a bit.
Please note our class is 8 o'clock. Please note our class is 8 o'clock. Please, our class is 8 o'clock. So, some of them are still coming. Please, this is for this. This is for this section. Please, next time you are coming, it's 8 o'clock. So, going back to my multiple line statement. Now, look at how I'm going to write what a multiple line statement. Now, say p1 equal to. Oh, okay, before I continue, Favor, have you submit your assignment?
Yes, I've submitted it.
So, okay, now I still the same way I asked Akman a question. So I want to still ask you, how was the project, and tell me what you have submitted on the group chat. Tell me about your assignment. Hand over to you, Favor. Please tell me what your assignment about your assignment and tell me the rules for naming a variable.
Okay, I submitted the rules for naming the variables. So I submitted the rules for naming the variables. It states that most variable names are case sensitive, and variable names cannot contain spaces. It can contain letters or numbers, but and also it should be meaningful. Can you hear me?
Okay, you are correct. Thank you. Your assignment was done. Kudos to you. So we'll continue the class. So this is how I take my reviews. I want to know, I want to be sure that you know it. I want to be sure you practice with me. This is how I track my students and I make sure that they all they are on the same space with me. Please. And also I want to also advise you and also remind you that whenever a poll is being posted on the group chat, please acknowledge it. Acknowledge. If it's thumbs up, at least take note of it. If it's for you to click, you click, please. Okay, thank you for that. So I'm going to write out a multiple line statement, and this is as we write what our multiple line statement. I'm going to use this P1 20 plus 20 plus, let's say 30. Then I will use our slash. Now our slash will help us to what break. When I break it, I will use plus. It's just like telling the system that enter the next line. Enter the next line. I want it to still be running as a code. That's why we are using what our slash. So I want to add different numbers 20, 30, 40, 50, and 70 and 80. Now this is how I wrote my multiple line code statement. So we have 20 and 30. I've break it down. So plus 40 plus what again? 50. I'll say plus. Then I'll break it again and enter another line. I'll say plus. Now 70. You see at the end of what of my code, I will not put a slash again because it has ended. So I don't need what a slash. So sorry, I put equal to. So now it has ended. Now you see that there was no error and it was readable. It was what readable, and there was no words or error. Now when there is error, you will see that you see the line. You will see a red line showing that indicating that there was an error. So I'm going to move to print out my result. Now for me to print out, I have to what call my variable name. So this is a variable name. This is a variable name. I'm going to call out my what variable name. Now I'm going to use call it as what P1 because it's P1 I declared P1. So I'm going to, when I declare it, when I run it, you see my results. So automatically the system what add everything together. Add what everything together. Now when it added it, it gave us what 290. 2 what 90. It gave us what 290. So now let's add everything together and see if it gave us 290. If the 290 is correct. Please, if it's correct, you can tell me that it's correct.
It's correct. It's correct. 290.
Have you added it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now it's 290. So moving forward, I'm going to show you other example of what multiple line statement. Multiple line statement. So there's still other way. I've used the number. Now let's me use alphabets. They show you other way of what writing what multiple line statement. Okay, let's continue. So let me copy this. Let me go back to this. Let me just copy this. Copy and paste it here. I'm exhausted today. Today at work, I'm really stressed, but I just make sure to come to class. Wow. So I'm going to write multiple line statements. Multiple line statements. Now, please take note on how I want to write what the multiple line statement. You see, I place it on what a square bracket. I place it on what on a square bracket, and this square bracket I'll break it. When I break it, now you see they are on the same space, so I'll break it down again. You see, this is how I can also write what my multiple line statement. So when I run it, you see the result will still be the same. You see the result will still be the same like this. Look at it. This result is still the same with what this result. So far so good. I believe you have learned what I have taught you.
Yes, sir.
Do you understand? If you do not understand, you can ask a question because I want to go to a new topic. Do you understand?
Yes, I understand.
So,
Yes.
okay, yes. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, I'm going to a new topic which is called what? Indentation. Indentation in what? In Python. Now, what is the meaning of indentation? Indentation refers to what? To the space at the beginning of what? A line of code. It is very important as a Python user to always what? Use what? Indentation. It is very important as a what? As a Python user to use what? Indentation. Now, indentation is used to indicate what? A block of code. And if your indentation is not correct, you will end up having what? Indentation what? Error. You will end up having what? Indentation error. Now let me show you an example of indentation error. Now look at this multiple line statement. Did you see that everything was broken down and is being indented? You see the flow. This is what we call what? Indentation. Say, look at it. Look at the flow. You see the flow, and it's readable. Now, when you miss out any line, you have what? Indentation error. So let me write out the explanation again so that you can be able to what? Follow through when you are watching the YouTube video. You will be able to read what I just explained and also follow through. So it's on YouTube. You can watch and also at your free time and free space understand it very well. And also you can ask me question. Do not hesitate to what? Ask me question. I'm ready to answer you. So please always ask question in case you don't know it. It's your opportunity for you to learn and what? Know it what? Better for future references. So indentation refer to the space at the beginning. Is it how I spell beginning? No. So beginning of the block of code. Okay, block of block of code line. Okay, block of code line. It is very important, very important, very important. Okay, as what? As Python, let's say Python uses indentation, indentation to indicate indicate a block of line, a block of what? A block of code. Okay. Uh, if the indentation is not correct, we will end up having, okay, we will end up with, let's say, with indentation what? Error. Indentation error. So there's something we call what? Indentation error. Now, okay, please, Akpa,
Yes, sir.
okay, I want you to take note of this assignment
Okay.
and write it on the, also drop it on the group chat.
Okay.
Okay, is it group chat? Okay, yes, group chat. Type of error, types of what? Errors. Take note of it. One, type of error, okay? As time goes on, I will be adding some assignments, okay?
Okay.
So, Python types of error.
Okay.
So, uh, you have one assignment now. So, we're moving forward. So, these are the explanation of what?
Okay.
Indentation. These are what? Indentation explanation. So, I'm going to what? Show you an example of what? Indentation. So, let's see the difference between a correct what? Indentation in code, and see the difference between incorrect indentation. Now, look at this correct indentation. When I write P equal to 10, then I press enter, I use the if. Please, I'm not using this if. I'm using this if to what? Tell you the difference between what? Indentation error and correct indentation. I'm not supposed to introduce if to you, okay? I'm not supposed to introduce if to you. Please just note that this is just an explanation of what? Indentation, okay? So I'm going to say if P equal to 10, 10, I'll put my colon, then you see print what? P is equal to 10. Now I will run. Please take note, I will run now. You see, it will give me my result. Now look at why this is correct. Now why are we calling this indentation? You see the space here, the gap here. We indented it. It's just like a step. So indentation is just like a step, so that users can read it. Now look at the incorrect what? Indentation, and see the difference between what? The incorrect indentation. So let me copy this and paste it to a new line of code. Please take note of the difference. When I move it to this side, you see I've moved it, I've shifted it. When I run it, what do you see?
Error.
Yeah, read it.
Indentation error.
In and
Yeah, so read what follows the indentation error.
expected an indented block after if statement on line 2.
Online too.
Yeah, this is how you track what your errors in Python, and this is why it make it easier for us to use what Python for to analyze data, because you can easily debug your error. You can easily detect your error. It explains the type of error you are having. So now look at it. Now he explained it for us that we should try to what index our line of code, and it gave us a solution. So this is the important of us we knowing what Python can do. So let's see. Let's move on. Now, when I index, you see, when I index, automatically the line it's not having red line again under the print. But when I index, you see the red line goes away, showing that my code is what correct. When I run it, it will run. So this is the difference between what indentation error and what indentation error. So let's move on. Please, once you guys are tired, you can tell me. If you are tired, you can tell me so that I'll end the class for you to grab the knowledge. But if you wished for me to continue, I will still continue. But note our class is what 1 hour class. So let's move on. Now we are going to look at for what are we going to look at? We are going to look at on examples what of indentation. So no, I'm done with that indentation. So I'm not going to move into what uh more examples. So let me move to the next. Now, what am I going to explain again for you guys? Okay, now I believe we know what is variable bar. Let me do a recap. I believe you know what is variable bar.
Yes.
Okay, and you can
Yes.
briefly explain variable for me. What is variable?
Reversed memory location to store values.
Okay, reverse memory location to store values. Now, do you know the examples of how we can create a variable? Do you know the example of how we can create what a variable? Hello, do you know how we can write a variable?
Is it not the is it not the rules we were saying?
I'm not I'm not talking about rules. I'm just telling you, do you know the how I can declare a variable?
No.
You, you know it is just that you don't have idea. See, we have declared a variable. Look at it. We declare a variable. See, let me give you an example. Look at a variable as variable. Now, look at variable. I can declare a variable with I can declare a variable like this and make sure that it follows the rule. I will just say variable. Let's say variable variable is equal to what? Equal to 10. Equal to what? 10. Now like this I have declared a variable. And if you read the definition of variable, please let me go back so you to read the definition of variable. Variable is a reserved what memory location to store what value. Memory is a memory location what for us to what store value. Now, for example, We have declared variable like this. Now variable, this variable we declare now, if we don't want to mention this 10, when we call just this variable, it will give us what? 10, because 10 has been stored into this variable. You understand? That is why we call it a memory what? Location. So I can decide to what? Call variable alone. So let me just write, let me run this. Let me drop a code again. Now let me just call variable. Let me just call variable or print variable. Print variable. Now when I run it, you see print variable. You see variable automatically becomes what? 10, because 10 has already been stored in what? Variable. Now do you understand? Do you understand what I explained? Hello, do you guys understand what I explained?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Now also Google Colab, in Google Colab or any Jupyter notebook. So Google Colab make it easier for us without me using the print to call my variable. I can easily just call the variable directly without adding what? Print. For example, let's see an example of what I'm saying. Now you see I added print and I declared variable, print variable, it gave us 10. Now when I call the variable like this, variable, and then when I call it like this, it will give us a result of 10. 10. Did you see it? It has already give us a result of 10. So that is the importance of what? Google Colab. So let us move on. So we are going to variable assignment. Now in variable assignment, please, in variable assignment, we have what? Uh, different type of variable. Okay. Akpa,
Yes, sir.
so add it to the assignment. Two types of what? Variable. Two type of variable. Type of what? Variable.
Okay, okay.
Now we have what type of variable. Now type of variable. Now let's talk about assignment. Let's talk about assignment. So variable assignment, we are moving towards variable what? Assignment. So let me use text.
Hello, sir.
Variable.
Sorry. I'm not. I don't know. I can't see. Like, I don't even know what I've pressed. So I'm now seeing your screen is now short.
You are not seeing my screen. Why?
Like the. I'm trying to touch your screen so that it will expand in my own this thing, but it's not. I don't know what I
Okay,
pressed. Like,
log out and log in again. Can you hear me?
okay,
If you cannot sort it out, just log out,
yeah.
log in.
Mm,
So that would be the best way and a quick way for you to meet up with us, okay?
um, I'm trying to see where I can log out.
Look at a red button like a call. You can end it with that red button that look like what? A call. It will tell you to leave. So, Owoyemi,
Yeah, good evening. So sorry for coming late.
Owoyemi, you all know that I don't like late coming. You know that I
Yes,
don't like late coming.
yes. One or two happened. That's the reason why. I'm so
Please,
sorry.
please take note. It shouldn't repeat itself.
Okay, I'm
Please take
fine now. I'm fine.
Yes,
no
yes.
problem. And also, Oyemi, you have to go back. You have to go back to this recorded video. Please, you have to go back to this recorded video. I have given Akman the assignment,
Okay.
which you guys should do the assignment. Um,
Uh,
okay, I'm using this assignment to track and also review if you are following with me, if you are able to learn what I've taught so far. Okay, now have you submitted your assignment, your assignment one? Have you submitted it?
yes.
Now, what's okay? Now, tell me what you have done and what is the assignment all about. So, give me the brief details so that I know what you
Yes,
have.
you said we should use the Colab to write the rules, and also examples. Yes.
Okay, now what are
Design.
the rules?
Okay. The first rules is you have to every okay name. It doesn't start with number. Okay. A variable doesn't start with number. It can start with a name or underscore. No space in between. We use underscore. And I can't remember our argument, but it's inside the assignment.
Okay, okay. Thank you so far. It seems that you are following. So, what I just done is what everybody have done. I asked Favor, I asked Akman, so they all gave me the same result. It seems that all of you are in the same place. Please, this assignment I gave Akman will be submitted next week. So on Sunday we are going to go to a new topic. Please, you have to watch this video again and also do your
Yes, I
assignment.
will.
So now we
Yeah,
are
we
in
also do
what
it on it.
variable assignment. Now what is variable assignment? Now variable assignment is how we can what assign values to what our variables. How we can what assign values to our variables. Now the same way we have what single line statements, multiple line comments, single line comments like that. This is the same way we have what single line assignment and what multiple line assignment. So please take note. Take note that in assignment we have multiple line and a single line. In comments we have multiple line and single line. In statement we have what multiple line and single line. So please take note of that. Okay. And
Yes, sir.
also, so let's move on. Okay. Oh yeah, me mute your mic, please. Mute your mic. Okay, now let's move on. So now we are moving towards assignment. Now I've explained what is assignment. Now this is an example of what a single line assignment. Look, we have assigned a variable before. Look at it. This is a what? A single line what assignment. Now let's talk about what a multiple line assignment. Now let me use a comment on this. So let's say single line assignment. Now I'm going to drop a code that will show the multiple line what assignment. So multiple line assignment, multiple multiple line multiple line assignment. Okay. Now multiple line assignment. Now in multiple line assignment, we can assign. Okay, now let me use this as an example. Okay, for you to understand. I don't want you to get lost at the end of it. Now, so so uh So I've used this. Now let me add another one again. Let me add variable. Let's say variable is equal to, okay, let me just say variable 2, copy and paste it here. I'll say variable 2. Now I'll write 20 and I'll paste it here again, variable what, 3. Now look at it. I'll write 30 here, 30. So they are all what, single line what, statements. They are all single line statements. So look at it. It came out like what, a single line statement. So when I want to print, let's see my print. Let me print it out. Let me print it out and see the difference of multiple line statement and what single line statement. Let me print it out. I'm going to use a print. So I'll just say print. So I'm going to use the print. I'll use the print. I'll use a print. Now the prints, now when I run it, you see the difference. Now look at it. This is how it comes out. But there's a shorter way I can write this code. If I zoom back, look at it. When I zoom it, I want you to see it in full. You see that it took a lot of space. Hello guys, I believe you can hear me. I believe you can hear me. Hello.
Yes, well, we can
Um,
hear you.
I can hear you.
okay, now it took a lot of space. It took a lot of space. There's other way I can write it and it will be shorter. So let me zoom back again. I'll add the
Yeah.
code. Now, so look at the multiple line assignment.
Yes, hearing.
The multiple, yeah, no problem. The multiple line assignments, multiple line assignments. So you see, I always write out with text. I will write out the step I take. I'm teaching you guys, because at the end of it, I'm going to share the notes for you. I'm going to share the notes for you so that you can also use to follow up. So, and it will be easy for you. So now you see, we are dealing on multiple line assignment. Now I'm still going to use this. I'm going to copy this. Mm, I'm going to copy this. Let me copy this. Hmm? I'll copy this. I want to use it. Now paste it here. Now I'm going to move this. I'll move this. I'll paste it here. I'll paste it here. I'll move the 20 cuts. I'll separate it and paste it here. I'll move this 3. I'll cut it and I'll paste it what here. So now I'll move this 30. I'll paste it here. So I'm using this to show you an example. So take note of it. Now I'm separating it. But do you know that when I just print variable, this when I print just this variable, this 10 will comes out. When I print out just variable 2, this 20 will come out. Look at it. Let's say print variable variable. So now when I run it, you see 10 will come out. But I use it to assign what, multiple assignment. Look at it. 10 just come out because I printed just 10. Now look at it. Look at this difference. Look at this difference. Now you see that this took a lot of space, and now with this I can just copy this. Let me just copy the print and paste it here. And see, let me see my result. Did you see? It came out the same way this one came out. Now, which one is shorter and which one is better? Hello? Which of this is shorter and which of this is better?
The second one is
Look at it.
shorter.
This second one is shorter.
Yes, sir.
So take note of it. I've shown you guys an example of multiple line state assignment. Now, so so let's go back. Sorry, at the beginning of this training, I did not introduce you to Python. What is the meaning of Python? How the Python came up? Now we want to learn from it. Now I'm going to share my screen. Okay, now I'm going to share my screen towards Google, and we have to know what is Python. What is Python? Okay, Python. So I'm searching for that now. Okay. Now let me share my screen now. So what is Python? Now can you see my? If you can see my screen, let me know.
I can see your screen.
Okay. Okay,
I
good.
can see us, sir.
Okay, good. Now let's talk about Python. Python, the term of Python is most commonly referred to what a popular programming language, although it's described as what a large group of non-venomous snake. Now, normally, the founder of Python generated his name from what from a snake. Now, why is that? Why did the programmer generated his name from a snake? From snake? Do you know that when Python is running, like like a snake is moving, for example Python, you see it move faster, right? Hello, I'm using a snake as an example. A snake not faster.
Yes.
Yes,
So
it is.
snake is more faster, so they generated the name from what the programmer generated the name from Python. It's more faster and it can easily uh, runs multiple lines of code. Now,
It's fast too.
Python is a new programming language. It's a new programming language, and it was generated uh, by a man called Guido Van. So it was first released in 1991. Now, Python is an high-level language. It's an what high-level language? A general-purpose programming language known for its what simplicity and readability. It is simple to understand. It is very simple to read. So that is why it's important. In most financial organization, in most current organization, they are using Python. Most of the software they are using now is Python because it is easy. It is easy to code. You can it is easy. Even a 2 years old can program with what? Python. It is easy. So it is simple. And readability, when we talk about readability, you see when we are writing our code, you see that it was readable and you were flowing with it. It's just that for those who have not been in Python program, who have not been in programming languages, who have who have not have knowledge of programming language before, it might sound new to you, and you have to understand the syntax. So the syntax in Python is still the same syntax in other programming language, but different. But they are different, but they are the same word syntax. So, but syntax is more simpler to understand. It's more what